everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with the bestie Mandy.
And I am here with Jessica.
Poor Mandy. She just loves when we do our convincing series, and that is what we have right now. I know she's very nervous. She has no clue what we're going to do. But
Nope,
when I
do not.
No. So for those who don't know, our Convincing My Bestie series is where we convince the other to read a book from a selection of 6 that we have in a trope that they don't typically choose for themselves. And when I was trying to decide what to do, what to convince Mandy for this time, I looked through all of our old videos and I realized that we have never had a trope video like what we're about to do. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
I know you're scared, aren't you? Look at you go. Okay, so we are going to do
Alien Omegaverse. Alien White Shoes.
No. Why would you call? No, it's not white shoes. This is going to be Menage relationship. So MMF, MMF, FMM. 2 guys, 1 girl. Is what we're doing here. Can you handle it?
Well, this isn't so bad.
No, this isn't too bad. So I have 6 recs for Mandy. But before we start with that, do you have anything that you want to tell the lovely people at home?
Yes, I feel like this is going to be you just recounting stories of college, your college days.
No. No. I was still very innocent in college. Okay. Are you ready?
Well, yes, but first let me tell everyone to subscribe.
Okay, let's do that.
Lots of awesome stuff happening on our channel. Subscribe so you didn't miss it on the fun, and it makes us happy to see that we have subscribers, so thank you.
It thrills us. So, okay, well, let's get started. I've got 6 recs for Mandy. I can see she's got her pen. She's just dying to start. Okay, so the first book I have is, this is a duet. There is audio for it. This is, you can just read the first one. You don't have to continue on if you don't like it. But this is Ruined Kingdom by Natasha Knight. So this is about Victoria and Amadeo and Bastian. So Victoria is kidnapped by our 2 brothers who are Amadeo and Bastian. They're out for revenge because when they were young, her father came into their home and he had her with them. She was outside picking daisies or wildflowers of some kind when her father came in and murdered their parents. And so they have, so they have a lot of animosity towards her and they want revenge. And what better way to get revenge than to kidnap her now that she's grown up and force her to marry one of the brothers. But that doesn't mean that the other brother isn't going to get his licks in too. So that is the first one that we have. Then, let's see, what do I have for my next one? Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm doing the right one next. Oh, I don't want to do that one yet. I don't want to do that one yet either. Hold on. I like to do the ones that I don't have the thumbnails for it first, and then I know that like after that, then the rest of them, I've got books to hold up. Okay, so then the next book that I have, it's the way I like to edit. Yeah, the thumbnails. That's what you call the pictures that we put in the book. Thumbnails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So the next book I have is Delightful Sins by Lola King. This is the 3rd book in our North Shore series, and it can be read as a standalone. This is about Jade and Elliot and Ethan. So Jade was a part of the gang for many years. She was very loyal. She was very close to Kayla, who's the leader of the gang. When she takes off and runs. So she's had a relationship with one of the boys where she was his girlfriend, and then something's happened and she started screwing his stepbrother. There's reasons for it. You find out later what really happened, but Jade went missing and the gang believes that she stole a bunch of money and went missing. So they've been looking for her for years. Well, Elliot and Ethan finally found her and they drag her back to the North Shore kicking and screaming. And basically, in order to keep her safe, she has to tell the boys, yes, I want you to keep me safe, like make me yours in order to keep me safe from the rest of the gang. And so then that's kind of what happens. But there's a lot of hate and animosity between all of them because, you know, she left but things are not as they seem. So, okay. Then I have my next book, which I gotta get to, which is one that I think you actually like. And I know you think that I know that you haven't read it because I think that you think that it is a love triangle, and it's not. It is an MFM, and that is Twisted Fate and Twisted Flame by Liz Hamilton. So this is dystopian, but this is about our heroine who is Emery. And in this dystopian world, fated mates were discovered like I don't know, a bunch of years prior. And the way that you discover who your fated mate is by touching the skin of the next person. So like when they have like the first day of college, the professors are supposed to take a few minutes out of their morning routine to let every student walk by every other student and touch them to see if that is their fated mate. It is really hard to find your fated mate. It only happens once in a blue moon, but the people who do find their fated mates are once they find them, they start to regress in age a little bit. So they look younger, they live longer, and then they're happy because they have their fated mate. But then you also have a group of people who are what they call settlers. You have searchers who are always looking for their fated mate, and then you have settlers who've decided that they're not going to waste their time looking for a fated mate. They're going to find someone who they are compatible with, and they're going to settle, and they're going to get married. They're going to settle down and get married and live a happy, normal, average life, and they're okay with that. And so that is what Emery has done with Sebastian. Sebastian is a part of like an elite forces team that saved her from a really bad situation when she was young, and then when she got older, they found each other and they got married. But one day she is walking through town, something happens, she ends up running into a door, or she opens a door and it hits this guy, and that is where you find Emery or find Tobias, who is her fated mate because she tries to help him, and that is where they touch skin, and lo and behold, that is her fated mate. She's not happy about this. And so they go to this facility to try to reverse it because she just wants to be with Bastian. And so this is their story. It's very, 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 very good. And it gets really, it'll make you cry at the end. It's a happily ever after. It'll still just make you cry at the end. Okay. So then I have Hired Help by Layla Simon. I don't know if you remember me talking about this one, by Layla Simon. So this is about Brooke. She's been dating her boyfriend, Harrison, for many years, and they're just not doing very well. She's the sex is kind of bland. They're young, they're very young, and he ends up breaking up with her. So you know what she does? She hires his gigolo father to take her to prom. This takes place in New Zealand, so I think the age is a little bit older. But she doesn't realize that that's who this is, and so they have a connection. They end up hitting it off, and then at some point in time, Harrison comes back into the picture. But this is an MFM with a father and son. So, I mean, there's more to the story than that. It's just been a lot of years that I don't quite remember. There is not audio for this one, though. So far, I believe there's audio for everything I've told you except for this one. Okay. The next one that I have is Slasher Pass by Tyler Page. Now, I know we read the second book in this series. This is the Final Girl series. This is the first book. But the books are not connected at all. And I think you would actually like this one over the second one that we were all like, what? Because it was so different. The second one was so different. But they're all in the same series, but they're not connected in any way, shape, or form. So this is about Isley and Kansas and Constantine. So when these guys were young, they were being held by a cult, and the three of them were held in a room, like a cell, basically. And what the cult was waiting for was for Isley to get her period, because once she became of age, then she was to marry one of these boys, and then she had to choose one of them to be sacrificed, and she had to make the choice. The cult was waiting for her to get there so that she can make the choice. So she loves these boys. They have been together for years. They have confided in each other, like they're all each other has. And so that day comes, and when that day comes, one boy, the one that's chosen to be the husband, doesn't make it out. Like he basically pushes the other two out and starts a fire and gets them out, and kills the rest of the members of the cult. But he doesn't make it out. And so she's been, missing her friend, been devastated forever, until a handful of years later, they're watching the news, and all of a sudden this guy is on the news, and he is like, I am back, and I'm back for my wife. So I loved it. Loved this one. And then the last book I have for you, it's a little bit of a behemoth. I'm just going to tell you right now, and there isn't audio for the behemoth. I'm sorry, there isn't. And that is Bitter Poetry by L.V. Lane. So this is L.V.'s, Olive Liv's first, it's her first contemporary type romance. It's her first mafia romance for sure. And it is about Carmela and Dante and Christian. So Carmela is our little mafia girl, and she's the 17-year-old daughter of the Don, and she has been set up in an arranged marriage situation with Dante. Now, she is really happy. She's always had a crush on Dante. She is just tickled all shades of pink. Dante has a younger brother who's Christian, and he is one of the bodyguards to the consigliere for her father. And this consigliere does a lot of questionable things. And the reason why Christian is one of the bodyguards is because they're kind of watching him, because they think that he's up to no good. And so he's put in that situation. Well, just before, because once the arrangement has taken place, Dante decides that he doesn't want to make the announcement yet because she is so young. He wants her to go to college and stuff before they make the formal announcement. Well, something happens just before her 18th birthday and before the announcement that makes her, it's like very tragic, and it makes her father decide that in order to keep her safe, he's actually going to give her to the consigliere and marry her off to this other guy. And nobody's happy about it. Christian and her are enemies, but it comes like there's a point where he has to kind of watch her and take care of her, and a relationship develops between her and Christian. She's married, and also a relationship happens between her and Dante behind the scenes. So that is book number 6. Now you have a choice to make. What are you going to do?
I've got it.
Okay, which one are you gonna do?
Guess which one. You tell me. What you think I'm gonna pick?
I think it's gonna be either Hired Help or Twisted Fate. Am I wrong?
It's Hired Help.
Okay. It's been and I really want you to go read her prison one too. But that's a different video.
Okay.
Okay. We will be back once you finish.
We will.
All right, Mandy. So you read Hired Help by Layla Simon. Tell me about it. How did you like it?
It was
Your
okay.
Guilt kills you.
Huh?
I said your guilt kills you every time.
I know. It was okay. I thought I was gonna love it because I love that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I really got hung up with like him being
Spilled on myself.
Him being like almost 40 and just being like, sure, I'll go to prom. And I get that he was hired for it, but it was, I don't know. It was just weird that he didn't, there was like, nobody thought it was weird that he is almost 40 going to prom.
I told you have to just go past it. You got to get rid.
It was just weird to me.
Okay. It's also in a different country, different rules. I don't know.
I know, but it's still weird that nobody thought it was weird. I got hung up on that. And then, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't quite connect with her either. I think it was a 3-star. I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm sorry.
I didn't write it. It's all good.
This makes me think, do we need to do a video like books we didn't agree on?
I don't like to do that.
Well, no, I mean, it'd be books we didn't agree on. One of us liked it or loved it. But I also, I mean, you rated it 4 stars. I rated it 3 stars. So did we really not agree on it? That's not that big of a difference.
No. Yeah. I do still think that you need to read her book with the guy who is, it's the reverse age gap, and he's in prison and he escapes and takes her. So good.
What book is that?
Same author. She only has a handful out. I have to look it up.
Okay.
But I think you need to read that one.
Okay.
I've talked about it before. But yes, yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
It happens. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a wrap on MFM. So, or Menage. We call this one Menage because there's all different kinds. So
The Menage didn't factor into it. I didn't get why he became so obsessed with her when he'd lived most of his life not wanting a relationship.
I don't know. You find the one and it just is it. I don't know. Don't tell you.
I mean, sometimes I have to get on board, and I just wasn't on board. But I had a weird reading week. I was
You
reading a
did.
lot of Alien. Nothing
You
was
were.
right.
Yeah.
Nothing is right in my world.
Nothing is right in your world. It's all good. All right. Well, let's wrap this sucker up.
All right. Well, make sure you check back make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us. And most Wednesdays, we also have a new video as well.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.